wilderness on a first-class luxury ship surrounded by breathtaking glaciers and majestic mountains. Joining us will be Larry Elder, Jennifer Horn, Joe Piscopo, but that's just the beginning. We sail August 16th through the 23rd through the last frontier. On board, you'll enjoy thought-provoking talks, exclusive events, and unforgettable memories with fellow patriots who share your conservative values. Text the keyword travel to 94878 to reserve your stateroom today.
Hey, welcome in to a Tuesday edition Bruce Hooley Show. Glad to have you along. We're getting ready to start with Vivek Ramaswamy's announcement for governor and the checkmate that came along with it. And then we're going to hit on a bunch of other things, both Ohio and nationally, that are pretty significant today. So glad to have you with us, and we'll be underway as soon as the music starts to play. Something didn't go all the way down this morning. Crazy. Well, the only bit of intrigue about Vivek Ramaswamy's candidate for governor of the state of Ohio is no longer a matter of intrigue. Within the first, 10 hours, Vivek Ramaswamy announcing his run for governor in 2026. The question that we needed answered to be able to tell how the rest of the Republican field would take shape was answered, with Donald Trump and Elon Musk, Trump more significant than Musk, endorsing Vivek Ramaswamy. To me, that's checkmate. Vivek Ramaswamy, with Donald Trump's endorsement behind him, is going to be the next governor of the state of Ohio unless we have a catastrophic economic crash, which would lower Donald Trump's popularity in the state of Ohio. There was debate yesterday when Jack Windsor and I talked about this in the noon hour, and you can catch that podcast at 989theanswer.com, whether there had been a falling out between Donald Trump and Vivek Ramaswamy, between Vivek Ramaswamy and Elon Musk. Musk and Ramaswamy were initially tabbed to head the Department of Government Efficiency. And then before that endeavor could really get off the ground, Vivek Ramaswamy left. And the thought was, too many egos. Musk and Ramaswamy couldn't get along. Ramaswamy has alienated Trump. And I heard that from some Republican observers in the state of Ohio, and it made sense. I mean, plausibly it made sense. But after Ramaswamy announced his candidacy yesterday in at least two different public appearances, one in New Albany and one in suburban Cincinnati, just north of Cincinnati, kind of Sharonville-ish, just inside 275 in the area where he grew up. Donald Trump responded on Truth Social with this post last night, which you can find pretty much anywhere on social media right now. Vivek Ramaswamy, in all caps, is running for governor of the great state of Ohio. I know him well, competed against him, and he is something special, in all caps. He's young, smart, and, young, strong, and smart. And then Trump went on. Vivek is also a good person who truly loves our country. He will be a great governor of the state of Ohio. He will never let you down, and he has my, in all caps again, complete and total endorsement. So there you go. What else does Vivek Ramaswamy need? He's got charisma. He's got tons and tons of money, his own, if not other money that will flow in to him, because Republican political action committees are not going to support a candidate who is not supported by Donald Trump, because political action committees don't like to waste money. I feel kind of bad for Dave Yost, who has served the state of Ohio faithfully as the Attorney General. Yost said yesterday his campaign would continue, would press on. He welcomed Ramaswamy to the race. I don't see a path for Dave Yost to be the next governor of the state of Ohio. Because also, in addition to Trump and Musk, other people who have endorsed Vivek Ramaswamy include current Secretary of State and likely future auditor of the state of Ohio, Frank LaRose. LaRose said this yesterday: I'm looking forward to bringing Doge to Ohio. So that's, Frank LaRose's way of, Frank LaRose is not going to take on Donald Trump by not endorsing Doge. If Frank LaRose is running for auditor of the state of Ohio, an office that is currently filled by Keith Faber, and Keith Faber's doing a great job, and Frank LaRose will do a great job. Frank LaRose is, looking at 8 years as the state of Ohio's auditor. He's not going to go against Donald Trump and Elon Musk by not endorsing Vivek Ramaswamy. However, the relationship between Frank LaRose and Dave Yost shakes out, I don't know, but Frank LaRose, if he wants to get elected, he's not going to go against Donald Trump's endorsement of Vivek Ramaswamy. State Treasurer Robert Sprague, who will be running for Secretary of State in the musical chairs game of continually elected Ohio Republicans trading offices every 8 years. Robert Sprague has endorsed Vivek Ramaswamy. State Senator Christina Regner, who is running for treasurer of the state of Ohio, also threw her support behind Ramaswamy. So it's a hard road for Dave Yost to walk if everybody who's currently serving with him in state government falls in line behind Donald Trump, which is what we all knew would happen. Now, I heard some really stupid analysis of the governor's race this morning. It literally made me laugh out loud on my way to work, with a couple people theorizing that Vivek Ramaswamy can't relate to everyday Americans, and that Vivek Ramaswamy talks over people's heads, and that if he were elected governor of the state of Ohio, he would get bored with it and he would serve only one term. This is why you got to listen to Jack Windsor in the afternoon, because, as I've said before, Jack in the Windsor Report from 5 to 6 p.m. saves you from bad afternoon radio. Vivek Ramaswamy is extremely well liked. I get texts from listeners to this show, which typically trend older Ohioans. I get texts, I get people coming up to me in public during the campaign when Ramaswamy was still running for president, and they were all in on Vivek Ramaswamy if they were not in on Trump. There were no Nikki Haley voters who listened to this station who came up to me. There were no other, people. It was all like, wow, Ramaswamy, hey, pretty sharp guy, he'd make a great senator. He'd make a great governor. Yeah, he would. He will. He's got a vision. Here he is, Vivek Ramaswamy, announcing his run for governor yesterday.
President Trump is reviving our conviction in America. We require a leader here at home who will revive our conviction in Ohio. And that is why today I am honored to announce that I am running to be the next governor of a great state at the heart of the greatest nation known to mankind, the state where I was born and raised, the state where Apurva and I raise our two sons today, a state whose best days are still ahead. I am honored to announce my candidacy to serve as the next governor of the state of Ohio.
Okay, so the thing I noticed yesterday about Ramaswamy was no teleprompter. No teleprompter, no notes. This is not a criticism of Dave Yost. It's not a criticism of Lieutenant Governor Jim Tressel. It's an observation. It's not a criticism of Amy Acton, although I have plenty of criticism for Amy Acton that I will get to, because she's going to be, at the moment, I'm not going to say she's going to be the Democratic nominee, but she might be, because Ramaswamy announcing and getting Trump's endorsement and having every Republican of consequence in the state of Ohio, aside from Dave Yost, who is a man of consequence, a man of character, a man of integrity, having all the Republicans in the state of Ohio fall behind Ramaswamy in the first 24 hours. Do you think Tim Ryan wants to sign up for that derriere kicking? You think Sherrod Brown wants to sign up for that? No. Ramaswamy cleared the field yesterday when Trump and Musk endorsed him. Barring an economic collapse that would be catastrophic for all Americans and would touch Ohioans, Vivek Ramaswamy is going to be your next governor, and he's going to be your next governor for 8 years, at which point he will be, let me see, he's going to run in 26, so that would take him to 34. J.D. Vance, I think, will be the Republican nominee. I know these things can change. but Trump will leave office in 28. So Vance will serve until 36 if Vance would win 2 terms. Vivek Ramaswamy would be well positioned after serving 2 terms as Ohio's governor to run for president at the age of, 47? He's 39 years old. Here's Vivek Ramaswamy, again, off prompter, no script, talking about what he wants to accomplish as governor of the state of Ohio.
I will lead Ohio to be the top state in the country to start and grow a new business. I will lead Ohio to be the top state in the country to raise a young family. I'll lead Ohio to be the top state in the country where our kids get a world-class education in math, reading, writing, critical thinking, and physical education. I will lead Ohio to be the top state in the country where we give our kids the toolkit to think of themselves not as victims, but as victors in a competitive global economy. We will lead Ohio to be the top state in the country where we embrace capitalism and meritocracy instead of apologizing for it. We will lead Ohio to be the top state in the country that takes a hatchet to red tape, overregulation, and bureaucracy. We will lead Ohio to be the top state in the country where we lead the way in the sectors of the future, from semiconductors to aerospace. Look at where we are today. How about this company, guys? Love this, in the heart of Butler County, an aerospace company leading us to the future.
So the optimism, the enthusiasm, the eloquence, the energy, all of it makes Vivek Ramaswamy a giant force to be reckoned with. And he cleared the field with that announcement and Trump's endorsement.
A couple of sprinkles around the area. Otherwise, it'll be cloudy. High today, 55. Partly cloudy tonight, low 32. Clouds and sun tomorrow, high 58. Clouds and a couple of showers for tomorrow night, low 40. Breezy and cooler. Clouds on Thursday, high Thursday at 45. For Thursday night, it'll be breezy. A couple of showers in the area. Otherwise, partly cloudy, low 31. Clouds and sun, breezy on Friday. High Friday at 46. I'm Steve Williams on 98.9 FM. The Answer.
I'm CPA Brad Hennebert with Premier Tax CPAs, and the true value of using a CPA is getting guidance throughout the year, not just at tax time. During the year, we can actively advise you on your financial and tax planning and other major business decisions, just like an outside CFO. Too often, when you see your accountant only at tax time, we're really only keeping score of what you did last year. We'll prepare a comprehensive tax plan to maximize your deductions and minimize the tax you pay, and present you with money-saving options you may not have ever considered. We'll update your financial position each quarter, so there are no nasty surprises at tax time. At Premier Tax CPAs, we like to have consultations with our clients throughout the year because important financial information is only useful if it's timely. At Premier Tax CPAs, we're a firm that can work with you and your business throughout the year to help you make decisions before it's too late. Give us a call at Premier Tax CPAs at 614-524-4888. That's 614-524-4888.
This is Josh Pick with Aptus Wealth Management. The U.S. and the world have certainly changed a lot in the last few years. We're facing money dangers that we haven't seen in a long time, maybe ever. Inflation continues to be a problem. Interest rate increases have made purchases like cars and homes seemingly impossible for some, and retirement looks like a scary proposition. For many, it appears to be a dire situation and has left them paralyzed and fearful. You are not helpless, and there are ways to gain back control. At Aptus, we help our clients navigate the labyrinth of retirement planning and educate them on how to make appropriate choices for their individual situation. Whether you have never met with a fiduciary investment advisor before, or you just want a second opinion, we're here to help. Call our office today at 614-917-1040 and learn how a cost-free complimentary meeting may be the key to putting your money to work and your mind at ease. And don't forget to listen to the Aptus Blueprint Radio Show Friday evenings at 6, Saturday afternoons at noon, or call our office today at 614-917-1040.
Hey, Carl Jackson here for Dennis Prager. While Dennis Prager is recuperating, we know you miss your daily dose of Dennis. That's why Pragertopia is giving you a special gift. Right now, Pragertopia members the best 2 hours of Dennis's favorite segments from as far back as 2010. On Monday, you can hear the Happiness Hour.
Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. That's what I'm about.
Tuesday is Celebrity Guest Day.
Donald Trump Jr. is in studio with me.
On Wednesday, it's the Male-Female Hour.
I really do wish there were a way to ascertain the number of marriages that this hour has helped.
Thursday, the Ultimate Issues Hour.
Not having ultimate issues clarity is like having a map, but you don't know where you're going.
And Friday is Open Lines.
Feel free to ask me anything about me, about you, about life.
So if you're missing your daily dose of Dennis, go to PragerTopia.com and hear all your favorite segments, along with lectures, celebrity interviews, and his famous Torah teachings and more. Get your daily dose of Dennis at PragerTopia.com, PragerTopia.com.
Water. You rely on it daily, but what do you really know about it? There is so much more to H2O than you realize. Did you know that tap water provides us with a low-cost way to stay hydrated, public health and fire protection, and nearly every product that we use every day? The more you know about your H2O, the more there is to love. To learn more, visit drinktap.org. This message is brought to you by the American Water Works Association and your local water providers.
Well, mark your calendar because we have the next 9890 Answer event set and locked and loaded. You can buy tickets to this event, which will feature the great Larry Elder coming in from Los Angeles, driving out to the Madison County hinterlands on Friday night, April the 25th. Larry will no doubt enjoy, as will you if you buy a ticket, a full Der Dutchman buffet, tossed salad, homemade bread, roasted chicken, roast beef, mashed potatoes and gravy, green beans, noodles, assorted pies for dessert, hands off the coconut cream, that's mine, and drinks are included. Also, yes, of course, the delicious Der Dutchman apple butter, and the bakery will be open so you can load up before you leave after our program that evening. The doors open at 6. The buffet dinner starts at 6:30. 7 o'clock, I will take the stage with my friend Jack Windsor and Larry Elder. Seating limited, first come, first served basis. Buy your tickets today. 9890theanswer.com, April the 25th at Der Dutchman. So the unknown in the Ohio Republican governor's race, ever since Mike DeWine appointed Jim Tressel as lieutenant governor, is will Jim Tressel run for governor after DeWine is term limited in 2026? Jim Tressel would be 74 years old at that point in time. I thought there was a better than even chance that Tress would run. I think Mike DeWine appointed Tressel hoping to block Vivek Ramaswamy from becoming the next governor of the state of Ohio. But I don't think that there is any way to block Vivek Ramaswamy. And I don't believe now that Jim Tressel will run, because as Jack Windsor and I sat here and talked about it yesterday, we were like, well, Trump, who will Trump endorse? Would Trump endorse Tressel? Would Trump endorse Ramaswamy? Trump answered that question last night. He posted his unequivocal support for Ramaswamy on Truth Social, and it's since been reposted on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and everywhere else. He called Ramaswamy young, strong, and smart. He said Vivek is also a very good person who truly loves our country. He will be a great, in all caps, governor of Ohio. He has my complete and total endorsement. Elon Musk, whose endorsement is less consequential than Trump, but nevertheless powerful. If you were thinking, maybe a falling out between Musk and Ramaswamy, does not appear so. Musk posted, "Good luck, you have my full endorsement." So there you go. Other state officials have also endorsed Ramaswamy's candidacy. As I said, Dave Yost has to feel like a man without a country. He has served with distinction as the Attorney General of the state of Ohio. Would it surprise me if Dave Yost became Vivek Ramaswamy's lieutenant governor? No, wouldn't surprise me at all. Here's what Dave Yost said yesterday. "Congratulations to Mr. Ramaswamy. I support President Trump and hope to earn his support." I think he means. "Our campaign continues." Well, I don't know if that was issued before Trump issued his endorsement, but Dave Yost did not, at least initially, get Donald Trump's endorsement. It would be, I will say this, it would be probably fatal to Ramaswamy's bid for governor if Trump removed his endorsement at some point in time. Ramaswamy will not allow that to happen. He's an eloquent, smart guy. He said, today, young people on the internet make fun of Ohio. And then he invoked the names of Neil Armstrong and John Glenn and said, we can be the state of excellence once again. So he appeared at CTL Aerospace in Butler County, and then he spoke before a crowd at Axiom Packaging in New Albany, a spot where he visited when he was running for president in 2023. This comment from an attendee to Ramaswamy's rally in Cincinnati tells you everything you need to know about the power of Trump's endorsement. The gentleman's name is Perry Sanger. He's 67 years old. Says he came to the rally Monday in Cincinnati to support Ramaswamy, and he was asked why, and he said this: well, he's a conservative and Trump supports him. And if Trump thinks he's a good guy, then we support him too. There you go. That's why I say Ramaswamy cleared the field. He's in touch with, despite what some commentators foolishly said this morning here locally, Ramaswamy has a way of making himself an Indian immigrant whose father was an engineer at GE and whose mother was a psychiatrist. He has a way of making himself identifiable with every man. He welcomed to the stage yesterday the guy who cut his hair when Ramaswamy was a kid in Sharonville, Ohio. The guy's name was DJ Judd. Here's what he said, or DJ Judd, excuse me. Here's what he said about Ramaswamy. When I was cutting his hair, we talked about a lot of things. Two things we talked about: truth and justice for all people. Again, Ramaswamy is going to be the choice because he speaks the language that right now is in vogue, not just cost cutting, but freedom, liberty, meritocracy, all those things. Doesn't hurt his case that he spoke yesterday passionately about the fact that the need exists to lower property taxes in the state of Ohio, which are astronomical. And he also talked about reducing and eventually eliminating the state income tax. I would imagine that my friend, Matt Mayer, who joins us every Thursday at 12:05, will embrace that as well, because Matt, that was part of Matt's platform as governor. Hey, Ramaswamy ought to pick Matt as his lieutenant governor. That's who he should pick. Because Matt's a get-her-done kind of a guy, and he's got a lot of great ideas. And he's an outside-the-box thinker. Ramaswamy said yesterday, it's not compassionate to make someone more dependent on the government. Correct. Here he was when interviewed yesterday. I believe this was on Fox. Ramaswamy was interviewed yesterday after he finished with his stump speeches around the state of Ohio.
I think that we have to lead to the future we want to get to. And look, I think that take a look at the entire country. I mean, Donald Trump was elected in a decisive mandate. He's reviving our confidence in America. Now we need governors across the country who rise to that same occasion and lead at the state level. I do think now is a moment where we're going to require strong-willed governors to lead the way, and I'm excited to lead the charge here in Ohio.
How are you going to beat that? I don't know. I mean, look, it's not, everybody's not gifted the same way, okay? Vivek Ramaswamy is eloquent, he's charismatic, he's energetic, he's an idea guy. He said yesterday, in addition to his whole ideas on eliminating the state income tax and the property tax, reducing property taxes, he called for a return to the president's physical fitness test, which Obama eliminated in 2012. We've got an obesity problem with our kids. This will be something I'm sure that Robert F. Kennedy Jr. will embrace as head of Health and Human Services. So Ramaswamy's positions align not just with Trump, not just with Musk, not just with Doge, but with other Trump officials. You can be absolutely positively guaranteed that Ramaswamy, who is a legal immigrant to the United States, is going to be a passionate advocate for getting illegals out of the state of Ohio. And Ramaswamy also advocated for requiring all high school students to pass the same civics exam required of immigrants before they become citizens. Only a dope opposes that. We need our kids to understand the magic of America, what makes us special. If immigrants have to know it, why do our students no longer have to know it?
With SRN News, I'm Rich Thomason. The House expected to vote today on a budget bill, one that would advance major elements of President Trump's agenda, including more money for border security. The president's endorsing the latest candidate to announce a gubernatorial bid in Ohio, Mr. Trump endorsing former DOJ co-chair Vivek Ramaswamy. Democrats facing a lack of enthusiasm among some major donors. They're dismayed over the party's losses last year. Florida Governor DeSantis launching a state version of DOJ on a mission similar to that of the Trump Department of Government Efficiency. French President Macron calls President Trump a game changer when it comes to hopes for finally ending the war in Ukraine. And Apple shareholders have rejected a proposal to scrap the company's DEI programs. On Wall Street, the Dow is down 47 points, NASDAQ off 374. This is SRN News.
Hey everybody, Charlie Kirk here. I've been thinking, why does it feel like losing weight is harder than ever before? Messages, bad diets, and quick fix solutions. Many people are left stuck and exhausted trying to fight a battle they can't seem to win. If you feel this way, you're not alone. I used to feel that way too. But let me tell you, it's not your fault. Your body is actually actively working against you. I know this from personal experience. And delaying action only makes it harder. I took a step years ago and called PhD Weight Loss and Nutrition, and I lost 40 pounds. I feel great, and I've kept it all off. If you are ready to make a change for your life, call 864-502-1777. That is 864-502-1777 to schedule your weight loss consultation. The first 11 callers who mention healthy will get 2 free weeks added to their weight loss package. Call 864-505-1777 and mention the word healthy. Visit them at myphdweightloss.com. That is my.
5 to 6, tune into The Windsor Report with Jack Windsor, Central Ohio's top drive time show on politics, policies, and personalities. Your station for news, opinion, and passion. 98.9 FM, The Answer.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6745. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. 5-star reviews on Google and an 8+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6745. That's 800-575-6745. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Salem News Channel is America's fastest growing conservative TV network.
It's an absolute crazy day.
Home to the largest lineup of free speech champions anywhere, delivering in-depth insight and unapologetic opinions on today's biggest news stories.
Americans aren't going to put up with this anymore.
SNC brings you the news that matters, told with integrity and clarity. Watch Salem News Channel free, 24/7 on your television. Stream now on Pluto TV.
News, opinion, passion. Here, 98.9 FM, The Answer. Anywhere you go, with The Answer's mobile app at 98.9. Also on smart speakers, TuneIn, or iHeart.
The latest offering on the Discount Shopping Club at 9890answer.com is half-price tuition to Ohio Christian University. I've been to Ohio Christian University. That school is going to take off big time. Lots of land on their campus. Their buildings are beautiful and new. Their auditorium is fantastic, as are their academic offerings. And you can get a $5,000 Ohio Christian University scholarship for just $2,500. Go to the Discount Shopping Club by clicking on 9890answer.com, then clicking on shopping. At OCU, they believe higher education should be more than just a degree. It should be a transformative experience that prepares you for life and purpose. Just a short drive away in Circleville, Ohio. I've met many of the caring professors there and school leadership. This is a great deal. So half-price tuition, $2,500 gets you $5,000 off Ohio Christian University tuition. Check out the other items, furnaces, mattresses, and the like in the Discount Shopping Club at 9890answer.com. It appears the Pope's health condition is still dire, although some reports pose a more optimistic outlook for the Pope than others. I was listening to Michael Knowles yesterday of the Daily Wire, and he was basically saying it's a matter of time before the Pope passes away. I don't know if he has any insight on that, but what I do know is that J.D. Vance, former Senator, State of Ohio, current Vice President, will address the 20th Annual National Catholic Prayer Breakfast on Friday in Washington, D.C. Vance knocked it out of the park, articulating his faith in Jesus Christ as his Savior at CPAC. Says, I am honored to be able to address the 20th Annual National Catholic Prayer Breakfast and represent the Trump administration's support for people of faith across the United States. Last year, I was moved to witness the joyful devotion of over 1,000 Catholics praying for the future and success of our country. Thanks to their faithful prayers, President Trump's leadership has restored the hopes and dreams of the American people, and our great nation is on the path to peace and prosperity once more. Indeed, let's hope that is true. And part of traversing that path to peace and prosperity is rooting out the evil that is in our government. Which brings me to something that journalist Michael Schellenberger, and just because you have a blog and just because you have a platform, just because you have a Substack, doesn't mean you're a journalist, because obviously there are many on network television who have all that and are not journalists. But Michael Schellenberger is a real journalist, a guy who, though his political leanings used to incline Democrat, he has been, as anyone who prizes and treasures journalistic integrity should be, completely and totally put off by the way Democrats have embraced prohibitions against free speech and have failed to report the truth about the nefarious efforts of the Biden administration to spy on Americans, to waste our money. It's not the government's money, it's our money. So Michael Schellenberger yesterday tweeted, FBI whistleblower, and then he used the Twitter name for former FBI agent Garrett O'Boyle, confirmed to me that a source inside the FBI said FBI employees were destroying evidence on servers, and that he has informed new FBI Director Kash Patel of this. Schellenberger said, I hope Patel, Pam Bondi, John Radcliffe, head of the CIA, Elon Musk, and Anna Paulina Luna, who's a congresswoman from Florida, are preventing this. We urgently need disclosure. Now, what could possibly be on the servers that are being destroyed by people in the FBI? Well, you heard Pam Bondi say a couple of days ago that she plans to release all the names on the Jeffrey Epstein flight log, which I think all of us know are going to incriminate a lot of very powerful people, a lot of them, and who knows what else they're hiding at the FBI. So Kash Patel, Trump said, was brought in to put an end to the deep state. That would be a good place to start. Now, right here in the state of Ohio today, we have a new law that took effect. The new law, I was going to read you what it says in the dispatch, but I mean, it's just the messaging. You really have to police this. You really have to, like, when you read stuff from mainstream news sources or even listen. First, here's the thing. Did you ever notice Elon Musk? Everybody knows who Elon Musk is, right? Listen to how they refer to Elon Musk when he comes on a news report on ABC, NBC, CBS, MSNBC, CNN. Billionaire Elon Musk. Why is that important? Is it? Is that important? It's not Trump appointee. It's not, Tesla CEO. It's always billionaire Elon Musk. In other words, guy's rich. Don't trust him. Do they say billionaire Bill Gates? No. Do they say billionaire George Soros? No. But it's billionaire Elon Musk. So you gotta police it. You gotta know the language. Okay. So here is how the really terrible, agenda-driven Haley B. Miller of the Ohio News Consortium. Her byline appears in the Cincinnati Enquirer. It appears in the Columbus Dispatch. Haley B. Miller is clearly very agenda-driven. Today is the day that the law goes into effect, which Haley B. Miller says, listen to this, it's not agenda-driven at all. The law prohibits transgender students from using bathroom facilities that align with their gender identity. If I were writing that, I would say the bill limits bathroom use to the authentic biology of the bathroom's user. In other words, boys in boys' rooms, girls in girls' restrooms, men in men's rooms, women in women's restrooms. We don't need different ones for women and girls. We don't need different ones for boys and men, as has been the case in the United States of America since up to about 5 minutes ago. But if you'd like to play a little woke Jeopardy and take headlines from 2025 that would have seemed insane in 2010, Alex, then here it is. Senate Bill 104, passed into law by the Ohio General Assembly, requires students at public and private schools to use bathrooms and locker rooms that match their sex assigned at birth. Yes, it does. Did you ever think we need a law for that? No. But then Obama, who got elected when he was against gay marriage in 2008, and then, in a couple years, the White House was lit up in rainbow colors. The portion of this fit that the left is throwing over this, that the angry bobcat from the Columbus Dispatch, the crazed Amelia Robinson protest, is that a bathroom bill is backward and unnecessary, according to Amelia Robinson. Trans people are not dangerous. Really? Ask the girl in Loudoun County, Virginia, who was raped in her school bathroom by a boy pretending to be a girl. Ask her if the bathroom at her school was not dangerous. Ask her dad, who got arrested for going to a school board meeting when the school officials declined to admit that they had allowed that to happen. Ask the girl at another school who was accosted by the same boy and sexually assaulted in the bathroom at her school when the boy pretending to be a girl could not be or was not allowed to go back to school at the initial place where he violated a girl in the privacy of a restroom that should be for biological women only. Amelia Robinson goes on in her stupid opinion piece to say Americans being weird about bathrooms is nothing new. There's a long history of bathroom access being used as a weapon of oppression. The 1964 Civil Rights Act outlawed racially segregated public facilities, including water fountains and restrooms. Yes, Amelia Robinson. What a great analogy. What a great comparison that the law that restricts a bathroom to females only or males only is exactly the same kind of discrimination as limiting a bathroom to whites only or blacks only. Do you, like, I know that, they don't have copy editors at the Dispatch anymore, nor any newspaper, because it's a failing industry which can't fail fast enough for my taste. But do you, have any checks upon your utter and complete stupidity to liken biological sex to skin color in terms of the same kind of discrimination, you really, I mean, I'm trying to feel empathy for people who are gripped by this much blindness and this much evil. It takes effort. It takes a lot of effort.
Anything like? What's the similarity between and? The answer is they are all parks, because the National Park Service isn't just about uncontrolled nature. It's also about history, recreation, remembrance, and so many other things. Find out what a park can be to you at findyourpark.com. If you're a business owner and a listener to this station, you might not realize that the conservative news and talk content that you enjoy is advertiser supported. Our loyal audience loves to do business with advertisers who make our programming possible.
I just can't get that, whatever it is, down
But there are some advertisers
my throat.
who avoid us because they don't like what we do here. And that's okay, because our listeners are eager to support advertisers who support our conservative programming. Join the successful companies who reach customers who care about this programming. Become a part of making a difference in the lives of people who listen and who are passionate about supporting the great family of advertisers who are part of this station. It's truly a perfect match for you and for them.
To learn how to reach our audience with your business's message and support this station, contact Carolyn Cassidy at 614-318-0401 or click on the Advertise With Us banner at 989theanswer.com. That's 989theanswer.com.
Imagine being denied an apartment because of your religion, or your race, or because you have children, or a disability.
It's so wrong.
Yes, but who has the power to stop this?
You do. Each of us has the power. The law is on your side. It's illegal for landlords to discriminate because of race, color, religion, sex, national origin, disability, or familial status. If you suspect that you have experienced housing discrimination, file a complaint with HUD immediately so we can investigate it. Fair housing is your right.
Use it.
To learn more, visit hud.gov/fairhousing. That's hud.gov/fairhousing. Or call 1-800-669-9777. 1-800-669-9777. A public service message from HUD in partnership with the National Fair Housing Alliance.
Chris Domine is a husband, father, an athlete, even an Ironman. But 10 years ago, Chris's kidneys were failing.
The doctor said if you don't get a kidney transplant, you are going to die.
So Chris took a second chance, made possible by an organ donor.
Your well-being changes from loss of hope to better times ahead.
What could you make possible as an organ eye and tissue donor? Leave behind the gift of life. Go to organdonor.gov, U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Health Resources and Services Administration.
We are fortunate here in Central Ohio that you have the opportunity to get a free consultation from QC Kinetics clinics in Dublin and Gahanna. You don't have to drive 50 miles, 60 miles, 70 miles to take advantage of the latest medical technology that can help get you out of arthritis pain. Been told you're bone on bone, you need surgery, or you need to be tethered to conventional medicine. That might not be true for you, and you won't know until you go in and have a consultation with one of the outstanding medical professionals at QC Kinetics in Dublin or Gahanna. They'll explain to you what advanced biologic treatments are, which is essentially a way to give your body more of what it already has in the areas where you have pain. Your blood has healing agents in it. Those agents are called platelets. QC Kinetics withdraws your blood, concentrates the platelets, re-injects them into the affected area, and that's how you get relief. You can set up your consultation free, no obligation, 380-208-4544, 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544. So what are they doing at Ohio State today and other state schools around Ohio and even private colleges around Ohio now that Senate Bill 104 has gone into effect? By the way, we should thank Beth Lear, state senator, here locally. Beth represents a lot of the area in Delaware County and Westerville, and she does a great job. Beth is a crusader for truth. Beth was reelected, thankfully. You guys made a smart choice. She was one of the leaders on Senate Bill 104, which now requires that boys use boys' restrooms and girls use girls' restrooms. And this, of course, has angered all the trans activists because, you know, they thought they had a victory margin that was unovercomable. But Donald Trump's ascent back into the White House, his signing of an executive order, conservative state governments in approximately 25, 6, 7, 8, 9 states around the country put these ridiculous policies where we disadvantage the majority to advantage the minority. We're getting rid of those. Ohio State says that the new law that goes into effect today, which requires you to use the bathroom that aligns with your biological sex, they don't have to do anything. They say they have 450 single occupancy restrooms on campus, and multi-use restrooms and locker rooms are already, quote, designated by male or female biological sex. Attaboy, Colonel Ted. Way to go, brother. Columbus City Schools, you remember, thought about fighting this, backed down when Dave Yost threatened them, the state attorney general. Upper Arlington changed signs on its all-gender restrooms to read single occupancy. And Cincinnati Public Schools say all schools have gender-neutral bathrooms available to students. Gender-neutral. Maybe we need to take a look at that. Now, this is a losing fight. It is an 80-20 issue, and Democrats are on the wrong side of the issue. They are on the 20% side, which, if you're on the 20% side of an issue, you're on the wrong side. And even some leading Democrats have had it up to their limit with the fact that Democrats keep embracing this utter nonsense. Here is radio host Charlemagne the God, who has a lot of influence over the African-American audience, which traditionally has been Democrat, but in the last election, of course, a significant portion broke off and voted for Donald Trump. Charlemagne the God wants to know, why are we still talking about this losing issue?
Why are folks still talking about trans athletes? Like, that is a losing talking point. America's not with it, and they keep making a micro or macro with that conversation. It impacts such a small group of people, but it makes a whole lot of people think folks lack common sense. So why are they even having that conversation? And I can't believe it's states that still want to die on that hill. Like, none of these states have a high percentage of trans athletes. So what's the issue?
Well, it's not just Maine, which we, of course, Friday at the White House had the memorable exchange between Donald Trump and Maine Governor Janet Mills, when Trump said, you know, in Maine, you're going to comply with the federal law. You got a boy winning the girls' pole vault competition. He was in the boys' competition 2 years earlier. And his win in the pole vault in the girls' division allowed that girls' team to win the state by 1 point. We're not going to have that. It's against federal law. And she's like, well, we're in compliance with the federal law. And he's like, I am the federal law. So if you want all your federal funding to dry up, keep it up. And she's like, well, let's see you in court. And he's like, okay, that'll be easy to win. And by the way, good luck with whatever you do after politics, because you're finished. If you thought it was only Maine, you're wrong. On Saturday, the day after that exchange in California, A.B. Hernandez, a boy masquerading as a girl competing in the Ontario relays in California. Ontario is pretty close to Pasadena. set the Division III California high school girls triple jump meet record with a leap 8 feet longer than second place. But remember, there's no biological advantage to being a boy competing against girls. 8 feet longer than second place. Mr. Hernandez, competing as a girl, also won the girls' long jump, helped his team clinch the sprint medley relay win, and said that, I keep telling myself you are number one. You know what you should be telling yourself, AB? You're a dude. That's what you should be telling yourself. And you are a cheat. James Carville, Democratic political analyst, also fed up with Democrats continuing to dig a deeper hole on this matter.
Just topic comes up. Say, look, I'm sorry, I just don't think a lot about track meets. I think a lot about people having affordable health care. I think a lot about how we can grow America.
Yes, that is what you should be thinking about. Although every time you guys start thinking about healthcare, my premiums went up. That's why I'm with a Christian health share ministry, which, by the way, folks, I'm not going to endorse a specific one, even though I have a specific one that I've had fantastic experiences with. But if you're a Christian, get out of the healthcare merry-go-round. Get out of it. I'm telling you. I know you feel like a leper. You're made to feel like a leper. Oh, you don't have insurance? We'll have a private conversation about it sometime. I'll explain to you why it's fantastic to be with a Christian health share ministry. One more Democrat on the topic of transgender rights and the hole that Democrats appear to be determined to burrow deeper into. This gentleman's name is Faz Shakir. He used to be Bernie Sanders' campaign manager. He also is counseling Democrats to give up what is a losing fight.
I'm frustrated. The Democratic Party is not focused on some bigger fish to fry right now. You got federal workers being fired, all kinds of things going on with Medicaid, things that should be the bread and butter of the Democratic Party, but you focus on the wrong things. I would say, though, however, if you're President Trump, you're also threatening Maine with removing all funding. Right? He's threatening to take away all their Medicaid funding, education funding, transportation funding, which I don't love the precedent of. You can disagree with the policy, say, hey, Maine, change this policy, but to deprive them of the funding is a weapon I don't think any of us want to see used, because you have a Democratic president go into Texas and say, hey, I don't like your policies on LGBT or choice issues, therefore I'm going to remove all your funding. That's not a great precedent.
Oh, it is a great precedent if it's a sledgehammer you can hold over the head of a wokester who won't comply with the law. Now, what about Ohio's two most liberal private colleges, Antioch and Oberlin? Oberlin, up by Cleveland, says it will comply with the law that takes effect today and is offering counseling and a chance for students to ask to move out of their dorms. Antioch, which I thought went out of business, apparently did go out of business for 2 years in 2008. Now it's back in business with a robust enrollment of 120. According to WOSU, 90% of Antioch's 120 students identify as LGBTQ+, and 1 in 6 say they are transgender. But they have some real sharp psychiatry professors over there. If they don't, they need them. Shelby Chestnut, the executive director of the Transgender Law Center, who is, of course, an Antioch graduate, says this is an outright attack on student safety. No, it really isn't.
If you're trying to take a boulder up there, healing skills, if you learn and managing your business today, you're challenged like never before. We get it, and we want to help. We're Salem Surround, and when it comes to marketing, consider us your personal move you forward company. In a recent study, we found that 53% of local business.
All right, thank you for your attention. Kind of you to join us today. Appreciate it very much. Hope you have a great day, and I will see you tomorrow. God bless, and go out and enjoy the moderating temperatures.